Hi everyone, today we are going to discuss a different type of task 2 question. This is uh, um, an ideas type of question where you have to find out the reasons or the causes for a particular thing and solutions to solve this thing. So you can say it is a cause solution or a reason solution question in general, and this is not a personal view. I have to see that there should not be any personal view in any part of this particular question because it is dealing with the general things here. It's not an opinion question, it's not a personal question, so you cannot say anything in personal because what we are going to say in this particular essay is factual information, and apart from that, if you are saying something then it is irrelevant to the situation. So I request everyone to maintain that particular stand here. This is not a personal opinion question, this is actually a general question. In general, why this happens, and if you say the answer, it should not be denied by the other person. So you are not supposed to give any personal opinion here anywhere. Number two, we have two particular questions here. You need to give utmost importance to both the questions because both the questions are relevant to the situation. And we have two statement parts here. We can say two statement parts, number one and number two. Scientists believe that in order to protect the environment, people must use less energy than in their daily lives. However, most people have not changed the way they live. So you have to say this thing. You have to understand the topic in depth. You need to merge these two sentences, and then you have to analyze what is the situation. The topic is not separated. The topic is singular only. We have only one particular topic here. Even though we have two sentences, we need to see both the sentences as one. Then only you can answer this particular question. So let's see what is happening in the first sentence. Many people are hesitant to take the advice of scientists to be economic in their energy use. So scientists, they believe that in order to protect the environment, we need to use less energy. But most people are not changed the way they live, so they are still using higher energy each day. So this is the problem. So it is addressed. The topic is addressed, concise and formal in the first sentence. Now the second, the questions. Question number one, excuse me. Question number one, yes, I do have some problem here. Question number one, why do you think many people have not taken individual action? This particular question and this particular question, it's combinedly answered here. The fundamental reasons behind this might be personal, so it is individual reasons. And the second thing, what could be done to encourage them to take action? So proper awareness can tackle this issue. So we have both the questions addressed in the second sentence, and the topic is addressed in the first particular sentence. That's it. So this is these are the things that we need to say here. Now, to begin, it means we are starting the essay to begin, because we are going to find out the reason, the fundamental reason. To begin, there exists a thought that protecting the environment by saving energy cannot be done on an individual basis. So we are dealing with the reasons, the fundamental reasons behind this may be personal. So I have already told that it is personal. So I cannot say the first reason is personal, the second reason is something else. I've already told that is personal. So I have started the essay to begin. It cannot be done. There is a thought that it cannot be done on an individual basis. So this is the explanation. This is because, instead of to be precise, to be clearer, to explain it further, I can say this is because people generally think that the small amount of energy they save cannot make much influence in the environmental protection move. So if they say 1 unit or 2 units of power, they won't be thinking that this will be making that much influence in the environmental protection move. Another factor, number 2, you can say number 2, is that they may not be, they are not ready to sacrifice and comfort the comfort and convenience they get from the energy use. They get some sorts of comfort and convenience at present. They are not going to sacrifice these things for the sake of environmental protection. So for example, this is given, for example, people might feel comfortable at their personal spaces in a home where the energy requirement is higher than in a common space where the requirement is less. So if you go with the energy requirement, you will be having your own private places in your homes, and you would like to stay there instead of coming together in order to save energy. You won't be doing that. So you have your own comfort spaces, convenient places, you stay there. This is what the example is given. Both these things are dealing with the personal reasons. So these are personal reasons. 2 things are given. The first is because of a thought. The second is because they are not going to sacrifice the comfort and convenience. So you have seen the phrases to begin. This is because. Another factor, for example, these are the phrases which we have. You see the length here. It is presented. It's not clouded in one particular area. It has enough spaces. We have given enough spaces to use these phrases to. So we have to make sure that whenever you use these connectives, it has to have that much space, a minimum uniformity in the spaces here. So that's maintained here. So the task response is clear. The cohesion and coherence, the lexical resource, and the grammar here is satisfactory. Now, I am having a final, this thing, finally, many are unaware of the serious consequences they are expected to face if they continue to use more energy. So they are ignorant. So all these things are related to individuals. It is not a problem of governments. It's not a problem of the society. It is these are all personal things. So personal problem number 1, it is because of their misconception in point number 1. It is because of their attitude towards the use of energy, point number 2. And here is the ignorance. All these 3 things are purely personal. And whenever we go ahead with the solution, turning to the ways, yes, to encourage people to save energy owing to the environmental concerns, the best is a proper awareness. So here I would like to mark one particular sentence to explain it further. Many are ignorant that the individual efforts can save energy. So this is already mentioned. So I just don't need this particular sentence here. So I'm going to erase this particular sentence here because I have already, if you have already mentioned related things, I don't think that it is relevant to the AC. So I cancel this thing here. Now, when I cancel something, I have to connect this thing here. So here I have to use some phrase here. To be clearer, some individuals feel their life and their immediate generations are not going to be affected with the problems. Yeah, to be clearer, this is the next thing here. To be clearer, you can say here, to be clearer, some individuals feel that their life and the life of their immediate generations. So this attitude has to be changed. What attitude? The attitude which we have mentioned here in the previous sentence. And this can be done by giving mass educational programs which reach every citizen in the society. So we have they have to be made aware. How? They have to be made aware. It is the responsibility of everyone to save energy for the future generation. Number one, attitude has to be changed. Now awareness number one, this has to be done. Now awareness number two, this also has to be done. They should be also educated for that the energy requirements would be going higher in future, and this might push the environment into more vulnerable situations. So these two things we need to make them aware because of this particular attitude. So it is because of the ignorance. Now going ahead with the conclusion. To conclude, so this is the thing, to recapitulate, to encapsulate, to put it in a nutshell, in summary, you can use any of these things, but this is a standard way to conclude. The main reason why individuals feel hesitant to cut down the energy use, despite warnings from genuine people, is mainly because of the ignorance and misconception. It is a summary of the first paragraph. And if these are rectified, it is the summary of the thing, the second paragraph. It can be rectified by some measures. It is mentioned in the second paragraph. The intensity of the issue can be mitigated. The problem can be solved in a great way. So we have completed the explanation here. So I hope you must have understood everything here from the beginning till the end.